All right. Let's check on the stream. All right, emails should be out. Ooh, 5 people already in here. What's up? If you can hear me, one's in the chat. One's in the chat if you have a pulse. Also, if you have ideas for stuff to build, I mean, we have ideas, but like if you've got more ideas, drop them in the content or comment window on your right. Tina Tix, what's up? Hello. What's up, Raj? Oh, we got bodies in here. 11 people? Sheesh. Yeah, this is going to be a fun stream. Starting about 9. Yeah, definitely. I'm just giving people some time to filter in first. Also, if you have ideas for what you want to build, now would be a great time. We've already got 5 ideas that people have submitted before, but yeah, if you have more ideas, let it rip. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of house music to just get the vibe going. Wait for people to filter in a little bit. Simple app or browser extension that submits a single prompt to multiple AI services. Ooh, multi-prompting, but for the same prompt. That could be cool. What are you trying to... why are you doing that? Are you just trying to do some evaluations? Have you figured out that like one LLM is better than the others? Because that gets real pricey real quick, depending on what you're trying to do. Dang, 15 people in here. Yo, one's in the chat. If you are in here and alive and with pulse. Also, if you have concepts for stuff to build, would love to hear it. We've got like 5 ideas that I'm going to try and tackle on this stream already. But if you've got more ideas, then like, you know, let me know. What's up, Patrick? What's up, Mr. Aham? I don't know how to pronounce that first name. I'm not even going to try. Okay, as more and more models come on stream and I get more experience, I'm starting to figure out which ones are better suited to one task. Example, building frameworks, writing articles. Yeah, okay. So a great example of that right now, I think, would be like Claude. Claude, I think people have just realized is better for creative. But then like 4.0 Mini is like very exceptional for classification tasks, which are really good for building like agents. So it's like you wouldn't use Claude to build like an agent. I mean, you might, but like only for the creative bit, you know? Oh my God. Chat is popping off. Hi, Tony. I don't know how to pronounce your first name, my guy. But you're from Brazil, using Claude every day to improve our company? Dude, would love to hear about what you're doing with Claude. Claude is like popping off. I would love to just like see what people are using it for, because it's so interesting. Raj, it's then interesting to see how each model takes initial prompts and handles them. Yep, I want to build a tuning customized car AI image generation. You took a photo of your car and you can change the wheels, painting, body, car. Oh, interesting. So you're trying to create a model that takes source car pictures and then applies like a skin. That's actually pretty close. So you should maybe take a look at, there's like a fashion AI that exists. Let me pull it up. This would be really interesting to talk about on stream. I literally just sent it to one of my clients, actually. So let me just... So it's this guy, Mickey Friedman. And what's super cool about this, let me just swap over into the place. And then let me just turn this off, or turn this on, so you can see more of my screen. Okay, so like, there is this guy. Why is this layout so weird? There's this guy, Mickey Friedman, which I believe is the founder of Flare AI, which is an AI product design tool that allows you to take like your garments and then you just place them on models. And they have a whole like, it looks like they even have an API. So if I were you, Andres, you should look into what sort of tech they're using. I'm sure it's probably some like open source model that they're doing to like map existing textures and fabrics on top of like a target model. So in this case, it's a human being, but yours could easily just be a car, and you would just have like, you know, a flat texture, and you would just, you know, map it on. That would be my suggestion. Wow, 30 people in here already. All right. Nicholas, greetings from Greece. Yo, all the way from Greece. What's up? It's probably super late. David, creating a simple way to basically quote for home services and then let contractors bid all in WhatsApp. Ooh. Quoting for home services that's an interesting application. WhatsApp definitely gives you like a lot of tools to build with. So WhatsApp is conceptually very interesting. I'm gonna go here into our Excalidraw, and this is basically all the build concepts that we have. I'm gonna go through these in a second. I know the text is really small, so just gonna let people sort of filter in. 11 a.m. is when the majority of people should be getting that notification on their phone saying that the stream is starting. So we're gonna wait a few minutes. Rahimuddin, what's up? Spencer Washington, I know they exist already, but how to build an in-house app for turning selfies into super professional headshots. In-house is tough. In-house, you're gonna need to host your own model, right? So it's like you have to figure out what the model that they're using is. Most models for these sorts of things are open source, so you can find it, like you can find the code. The problem is having a set of GPUs and compute to do that inference, right? Like when you buy the external third-party app, or when you like use them as a service, what you're really doing is you're paying for the graphics cards that they have that does that inference, that does that image generation. And when you say you want it in-house, you're going to need to provide that compute. I mean, obviously they have a margin that's just on top of the compute, which is like, who knows? But it's a lot of like overhead. Now, again, like that amount of overhead may or may not change depending on which players get into the space. Like if AWS comes out with a bunch of different like servers that you can just one click spin up and then just point to a bunch of compute resources somewhere, like yeah, then you can easily have it in house. But until like that day comes, it's tough, you know? You're gonna need someone who's got some experience setting up open source models and then getting pipelines and stuff built. So yeah, if you have budget, it's doable, but if you don't, then like you're kind of cooked. Uncopyable branding and marketing with Steve Miller, Seattle. Yo, Steve, I am actually from Seattle. That was where I was born and raised. However, I am in Los Angeles now, so. Yeah, you are totally welcome, Spencer. Where in Seattle? I'm in North Seattle. Well, my family's in North Seattle. So like in between, like around Northgate area. Prodops AI. Hey, coming in from New Orleans. What's up, Prodops? I was actually on your website earlier. I have some tips for you, but we can get into that later. You're in Federal Way. That's the trap. You're coming. That's deep. All right. It's 11 a.m. People should be getting that notification. You'll be seeing some people coming in. Hi, Heather. Sure, yeah. We can shoot me an email or something after this. Still not Tacoma. Dude, yeah. The stuff I've been hearing about Tacoma is insane. Just like, from not even like on the news, like from friends. I'm just like, why do people live there? Oh, I know why people live there. I would be quivering. I'd be shaking in my boots. Mike Margol. Mike from SoCal. Glad to be here. Dude, Mike, I am also in SoCal. Brent McCrossan. Glad to be here. Hello, Brent. Jen Bauer. Hi. Yeah, I would say downtown Seattle is worse. Rick Olson from Minneapolis. Hey, Rick. Okay, looks like people are coming in. I'm just gonna like go ahead and start. Not that I have anything truly planned. We just have these 5 ideas that were submitted, and I would love to get your I would love to get some votes in for what I should build first. We only have an hour, so I want to be, you know, I want to like get around to all of them, but it's only an hour, and I'm only gonna be able to do certain things. Oh my god, chat's going too crazy. Is there any way that you know of for creating AI headshots? There are definitely some like paid apps you can use. There might even be an API somewhere, I don't know. Spent a decade living in Seattle before coming back home to New Orleans. That city has grown bonkers in growth. Miss the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, PNW is great. I have a friend who actually moved from New Orleans to Seattle, so interesting that you're moving back. Can I make the font larger? Yes, I can, but not right now. Well, actually, maybe right now. The goal right now is just to get people in. They probably received their email/notification like 2 minutes ago. So we're just waiting for people to like filter in. Then I'm going to zoom into the text. Yes, Gabriel, I'm going to zoom into these. I'm going to like literally say what they are, and then we're going to get you guys to vote. Also, if you have ideas right now, just put it in the chat. If you have ideas right now, put it in the chat. We're all just going to sort of collectively vote on what we think is like, where we should start first. I'm going to try to get to all of those, but we're going to figure out where we should start. Also, down the line, give me your thoughts on this, but like, what if like I invited some of you to come onto stream and then we just work together and we like build stuff? Like imagine your head like right here, right? You're like, oh, hey, like, you know, this is the thing that I'm working on. And then I'm like, oh yeah, like that's dope. Let's just, you know, build it like this and do that. How would we feel about that? Auto tweet generation and schedule post. Okay. Auto tweet generation. I'll drop it in. Auto tweet generation. We'll like have that as number 6. Again, I'm gonna zoom in on all this later. Jen, you're in? Okay, I'll send out a form or something at some point just to gauge interest, and then we'll see. All right, let's just go through these ideas, and then you guys can tell me what you think is the most interesting. So, number 1, this is a sales-related topic. Basically, this guy said, hey, in sales, I'm reaching out to like tens of thousands of prospects every single month and organizing a list of people, and I'm not, to make sure that he's not reaching out to the same people is always a pain. What if you could build a Google Sheet integration that whenever we add a new tab into an existing sheet, it asks us to, quote, remove the leads if it's in another tab, end quote, and if we check the box, it automatically removes the leads we've already added to the sheet, and we're only left with free ones. Not a big idea, but something that I would love to have. That's idea number 1. So it's building a better sales platform. I don't know if that's super AI related, but that's idea number 1. Number 2, we have an AI-driven career mentor. The concept is an AI mentor that helps users navigate their career paths by analyzing industry trends, skill requirements, and personal interests. It could also suggest like courses, networking opportunities, and even potential job openings or entrepreneurial paths based on a user's long-term goals. And this app would provide like personalized career advice, continuous mentorship, something that is usually only available through human coaches or mentors. Number 3, we have an AI travel optimizer. So an app that plans the perfect travel itinerary based on personal prefs, weather, local events, and user reviews. It could also optimize your schedule to ensure you experience the best a destination has to offer without overcrowding your day. And I think that would just be better because most travel apps appear to be pretty cookie cutter. And this one would have like real-time data. Number 4, we have an AI-generated landing pages. This guy's looking for a tool that can automatically generate a personalized landing page from a sales call or a regular meeting. And then the tool would integrate with platforms like Firefly to link to the call and then automatically create a page based on pain point solutions, eventually video highlights and pricing and next steps. And this would also allow for pretty easy one-click sharing, centralizing all relevant info in one place. So that's number 4. And then number 5 is an encouragement AI. It would just address, reduce, and relieve stress from a discouraging day. So it'd basically be like a friendly little guy, you know, friendly little AI agent that would just tell you nice things. And then we have number 6, which is auto tweet generation. Okay, so number 1 is just a smart VLOOKUP. Yeah, I mean, yes. I would say, like, number 1 is definitely something you can just address with, like, a tool that's not Google Sheets for sales. All right, what else are people saying? AI tool to scrape news articles I like, save, and builds a table of the journalist, their contact info, and links to any of their articles I previously saved. Wait a minute, you might be onto something, Christopher. Oh god, this formatting. Okay, interested in 2 and 4. 4 could be useful to me. I'm seeing a lot of 4s. Okay, if you have a vote, go ahead and just cast it right now. It's just a number, 1 through 7. Put your votes in, and then that's where we'll start. And I'll try and get to everything if I can, but we really only have an hour. So, no promises. Okay, seeing some 7s. Seeing some 3s. Seeing some 4s. I feel like Steve Miller is just the 4 shill. Ooh, a lot of 4s. Okay, 2 and 3, some 7s, some 2s. Okay, so 2s are pretty big. All right, I think I'm gonna go for 4 first, and then let's tackle 2. So let me talk about how I would generate some AI landing pages. That counts the votes on YouTube chat, dude. Google, what are you doing? Spin up Gemini right now. Put Gemini in the chat. Tag him. Okay, let's tackle number 4. So let's go down here and let's just like talk about this. So I think if you're an engineer, you kind of know that like how we build applications is we just break stuff down into smaller and smaller and smaller chunks, and then we just tackle it one by one. So yeah, they're looking for a tool that can automatically generate a personalized landing page from a sales call or a sales meeting. Okay, that tells me that off the bat, we should have something like a transcript. And then it should automatically create a page featuring pain points, solutions, eventually video highlights and pricing, and next steps. Okay, so from the transcript, we also want to generate a few things. We want to generate a summary. We want to generate, extract pain points. Identify potential solutions. And then down the line, video highlights, pricing. And then sure, I guess maybe also next steps. So how would you go from a summary to just all of that? Or sorry, a transcript to all of that? Like, the way that I would do it is, I think the easiest way to start building stuff with AI is to just pop it over to ChatGPT, and then what we're going to do is we're just simply going to start conceptualizing, and if we can build a workflow in ChatGPT, it's not very difficult to model it in a coding environment or in a no-code automation platform environment. So let's go back. So transcript, cool. Like I mean, I'm sure we all like know how to get summaries from a transcript, but like, how do you extract pain points and identify potential solutions and video highlights, pricing, and next steps? Okay, well, in order to get pain points, what we're probably going to need is some level of assistance. So we're going to need to know, like, first, what does my business do, right? Because if the pain point is like, hey, I have a leak in my building and I'm a software engineer, I don't have a solution for you. Like, call a plumber. You're talking to the wrong guy. You know what I mean? So like, we need additional context. So as the creator, as the business owner, I got to provide some additional context for what does my business do. So, okay, we have context of what my business does, and then it becomes easier to pass that along into the LLM. I wish I had a picture of OpenAI right now because that would make more sense, but we'll just say LLM. So what we do is we pass in this transcript, along with what my business does, and we pass it to the LLM, right? And this will give us some idea of what the pain points could be. Hey, you have a leak in your roof, and also I'm a plumber. Like, you should probably maybe just like take some pictures and document it and then give me a call, right? Like, an LLM could easily do that. Cool. So that's how you would get what what the pain points could possibly be. So you would just, I don't have the transcript, but you would go in here, you'd paste the transcript in here, you'd be like, this is my transcript, and then you'd also be like, also, by the way, I'm like a plumber. or whatever, and this person has maybe a leak in their toilet. I don't know. I'm just riffing here. So it's about figuring out what does the LLM need in order to get me what I want. In this case, it's extracting pain points. So that'd be one way. So that handles pain point extraction, and then like what we could do is the LLM would give you like a list of pain points. So it'd be like pain point 1, what? Not paint point. Pain point 1, pain point 2, etc. Right? So an LLM would spit this out. You'd have your pain points, and then from here, in order to, because we're making AI generated landing pages, what we want to do is we want to put this into some sort of HTML file. So we want to pass this along. Actually, this arrow is too early. We want to pass this along with our HTML website template. This would be a user generated. We want to take these, put them together, and then pass it to the LLM again. Because the goal here is like, hey, can you please generate a HTML file that will have these pain points? Right. So at this point, the LLM will give you HTML that you can use in your website. Now, it's not like nearly that simple, but this is a good place to start. So we could generate like a website that has like maybe a title, and then in the body, it's like, hey, here's a summary of your pain points. Because that would look pretty good on a landing page. They click on the landing page, it's literally their exact pain points, and you know, there could be a button, whatever, that like gets them to book a call, whatever. But like to go from transcript to getting the pain points would look something like that. Okay, summary is pretty easy. We kind of know how that works. It's literally just, hey, here's my transcript. Here is prompt, which is basically make a summary. And then you pass the summary along with it. And then you would also shoot it over to an LLM, and you would have the summary, right? You'd have it as text. And then what we could do is we might even be able to shoot this over into this phase where it generates the website template. So that would be summary. And then identifying potential solutions. Okay, let me catch up with chat real quick. I've used Fathom AI's a bit for transcribing. Yep, I'd have a button that I'd activate and flag pain points as we go. Pain points that our business can address would generally be consistent. Shouldn't we have AI sort transcripts sections into one of n pain points? Yeah, but you'd have to provide like some steering, right? You'd have to provide guidance. You'd have to be like, these are our potential pain points. Like, now look at the transcript. Is anything that we said relevant to these pain points that we know about? Rate the pain points question for the originator of ideas 4. Would you want this page to be publicly accessible or have some kind of auth user? That's a question for somebody else, not me. Okay, so now let's identify potential solutions. So we have like what my business does as a conceptual or a contextual bit. So we can basically say, okay, from that, identify potential solutions. We add from user, what does my business do? And then we would pass this into an LLM. And LLM would spit out like potential solution 1, potential solution 2. I'm not even going to fix that. You guys can just live with that. You see what I'm saying? And then like we could pass that in additionally to this point right here, or to this step right here, where it's like, okay, let's collect all these things now and then generate a HTML website template for all this. I think there's a couple other things. So video highlights and pricing. I'm not really sure what the deal with video highlights is. I think if you're talking about video highlights from like the meeting, it's okay, it's possible, but like way outside the scope. So what you would do is there's probably some video editing API that exists. So what I would do is I would say like I'd create a prompt that's like identify the best or identify the, oh, actually, you know what I do? I would say, okay, so like extract pain points. So in pain points right here, I would, maybe it's from here. So let's do this. So right here, I'm trying to isolate just the output of the pain point LLM call. And we would say like, okay, we know what the pain points are now. So for video highlights and pricing, we would say identify the timestamps that the pain points were mentioned at. Something like that, right? And then so like we'd give that to an LLM. Along with the entire transcript. So transcript plus prompt. So transcript plus this prompt. Give it to an LLM. An LLM would spit out a number of timestamp 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there would just be a bunch of timestamps here. And then what we would do is we would give these timestamps to a video editing API. And a video editing API probably takes some like source video. In this case, it's your meeting. And then it'll output clips 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on and so on. Right, so you would have clips, video files, and ideally these clips come in clip1.mov. Sorry. No. It wouldn't give you a file. It would give you a link. So it'd be https://hostingsite.com/clip1.mov, right? It would hopefully give you something like that. If it gives you like something like that, what's cool is now we can take the output of this. Sorry, this is getting to be like literally a rat's nest. It just happens when you're just cooking. You would get a number of clips and you could pass it in. Right, so you would pass these sets of clips into the like user-generated HTML website template LLM call, which then pushes out an HTML file. Ideally, it's probably going to be text, but you can save it as a HTML file, whatever. And then that's your website. That's your thing, right? And all you have to do, this whole thing triggers when new sorry, this is probably in Firefly.ai. I would also not recommend Firefly AI, even though I use it. Firefly AI is like, it's nice because it's easy, but it's also very expensive. So I really don't recommend it. I guess this is a good time to shill the paid group. In the paid group, we have a paid group. So we have a paid group. I wasn't planning on shilling this until later, but we have a paid group. Basically, I just like tell people about like the stuff that I'm doing. One of the things I've been debating about is like telling people about this one, like showing them how to build their own like meeting transcript tool, because like for me personally, I have one that I use, which is like so much cheaper because I'm paying by the transcription, and it's like very developer heavy to set up, but I've like templatized it so that it kind of works for anybody. And it's just like probably 10% the cost of Firefly AI. And I'll probably share that in the paid group. There's probably a link in the description. Where is that? Over there. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. So yeah, back to the thing. New transcript detected in Firefly AI. This triggers. Oh my god, that's way too huge. Please no. So that triggers this whole thing. And then this is like, this is the holy grail of what you're looking for. Right? You want this HTML. Additionally, also, actually, I just realized we could not do HTML and we could actually do something. We could actually do something different. What if we did instead? What if we use Notion? Because, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Notion or if you use Notion, but, like, what's cool about Notion is that they have, like, oh, that's so nice. They have, like, a feature that lets you, like, one-click publish a Notion page as a website. So instead of getting this, instead of getting an HTML file, you just get a bunch of text that you push into a Notion page, and then you just one-click publish the Notion. Yeah, it's kind of manual. You can't, like, automate it because Notion won't let you. But, like, rather than having to deal with, like, deployment problems, which is, like, you know, you have to make a Vercel account, you'll have to get that set up, you'll have to understand, like, file structures and file systems. You could just do it this way. You don't even need to, you would just build this out in make.com and you would just, like, have it push to this. All right, let me just actually build this out and, like, show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to go to make.com, which is my preferred automation platform. I also code, but, like, this just makes it so much faster. Let me sign in, like, off screen so I don't share my password with the entire world. All right, we're in. Okay, so let's build a new scenario here. I'm gonna make this site bigger, so hopefully y'all can see this. And let's see. Okay, so this triggers when a new transcript is detected in Firefly. I'm not gonna do that because, like, I don't want to rig all that up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say set variable, and we're gonna call this transcript. And variable value, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to YouTube. And then actually, you know what? No, we're gonna do this. If you type in YouTube and hit tab, you can actually search YouTube from your browser. You don't have to go to the site. I just don't want to expose myself with my algorithm because, not that it's embarrassing, it's just like, you don't need to know that information about me yet. So okay, so YouTube, we're looking for, like, so someone who's having a problem, someone who's complaining. What would I have to search to find someone complaining about some problem on YouTube? Anyone got any ideas? Complaining about AI. Do people really post that stuff? Do they really get on there? Oh, how do I fix my printer? Oh my god. Yo, printer fix? Okay, these are a lot of people who are talking about how to fix a printer. But is anyone making content about, hey, my printer is bad? Front page will probably have someone complaining about something, customer support, my drink, slow draining, sink. Yeah, it's a lot of people just complaining, or a lot of, not complaining. It's a lot of people telling you how to unclog these things, right? It's like they don't really have, like, someone truly complaining. Printer rants? Oh my god, printer rants is crazy. The printer rant? No way. 14 years ago? Dude, this is insane. Okay. The question is like, do we have transcripts? Oh my god, let's go. Okay. This is amazing. I'm going to copy the transcript right here. All right. So imagine imagine this is just the transcript. Like you have a call with this guy and he like literally just goes off the handle and he's like, this sucks. My printer's trash. Whatever. Okay. So I'm going to just paste that in. And I'm going to say like, also, by the way, I'm like an IT specialist or whatever. And this person maybe has a bad printer that I can definitely fix. All right, what am I doing again? I got kind of derailed. We're just going with extracting pain points. But that's not exactly what I'm doing yet. Oh, summary. Create a summary for the transcript. I'm going to leave this context in here. Just whatever. I just need to get the summary. This content may violate our usage policies. Universal struggles of dealing with printers. The speaker, who identifies as tech-savvy, expresses deep irritation with printers, calling them one of the worst pieces of tech ever. Valid. They recount issues with drivers, bloated software, mysterious paper jams, and the lack of essential cables like a USB. Also valid. Despite trying every solution, they continue to face problems, leading to a humorous comparison to needing good luck or rituals to get the printer to function correctly. Ultimately, the speaker expresses a desire for a simple, functional printing experience. As an IT specialist, you can likely solve the issue by addressing the printer's driver problems and potential hardware malfunctions. Okay, we have a summary, right? We know what bro said. Cool. So, where is it? I'm just gonna paste the summary here. Dear God, never mind. It just won't format. I'm just gonna leave that there. Actually, you know what? Let's put it in some text edits. So we have the summary. Now we're looking for pain points. So we're like, okay, pain points. Identify the pain points in the transcript. By the way, I'm an IT specialist. You already know that. So if it's not a relevant... Oh, actually, so only respond with the relevant pain points to my profession. There we go. Time check, 29 minutes remaining. You're so right, Rick. I think everybody else is cooked. But hopefully we do this more often, so we can just get the ones that we don't get to on the next one. Okay, I just want to quickly get an actual output that I can show you guys. So that was our pain points, which was dope. So we get pain points. Awesome. Pain points extracted. Now we need potential solutions. Okay. Things get a little bit more interesting. So potential solutions is an interesting idea because it's this is kind of where the value that you deliver as a business is. But it's how do you do that with something as dynamic as a printer? There are a million different types of printers. It's chaos everywhere. So here's what I'm going to recommend. This is where we get kind of granular. What am I doing? Okay. So potential solution, I can't just say hey, ChatGPT, do you know how to fix this type of printer? It's not going to know how. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to ask the web. We're going to say conduct web search for printer model. Oh, actually, wait, we're missing a step. Get printer model from response. And it's not even response, it's transcript, right? So I don't think he mentioned what his model was, but let me just like edit this. I'm not really angry. Also, I use a Canon Pixma Mark III. I don't know. I'm just going to add that in. Right. I don't need you to say that. What model of printer is this person using? So hopefully, there it is. Canon Pixma Mark III. So I don't even have to read this whole transcript. This model could be buried somewhere in here, and as long as we query it correctly, what printer are they using, they'll give us a Canon Pixma Mark III. Awesome. What can I do with that information? I can conduct a web search for a printer model. The goal is to build an AI landing page, not diagnose every possible printer. Well, actually, no, that is like, look, featuring pain points, solutions. See this? Solutions? See that? Well, that's what we're doing. So this helps us create solutions that we can put on the landing page so that when they click on the landing page, they reach for their wallet. Because that's what you guys want. Let's be so for real. All right. Thank you for withdrawing the comment. No further questions, Your Honor. All right. We conduct the web search for the printer model, and that web search contains like potential solutions. Now that we have potential solutions, we pass it back in to that one LLM call that's going to summarize all the things and give us the text that we put into our Notion page. Okay, so how do we do something like this? Now, I'm so glad you asked because I have been waiting to demo this. So this is pretty insane. Technology has sort of changed, and like rather, I think if you've ever used like web search AI, you'll probably think of Perplexity. Perplexity, which is a just like, you know, you just ask stuff that's news oriented, and that's where they'll just give you an answer. What sucks about Perplexity is that their API doesn't actually give you the ability to search the web, which is like just a massive bummer and probably why no one uses the app. Let me just get rid of this. So I'm not going to release this here. I'm going to gatekeep this, give you a little incentive for joining the paid group. I'm going to publish this automation that lets you search the web and then put that into an LLM. So here's what we're going to do. I got to connect this to this. Basically, we're going to say Canon Pixma 3. Actually, I don't even know if Canon Pixma 3 is a real, whatever. Common issues. All right, we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it with that. We're going to include not these texts, because we don't care. And then that's just going to be, that's fine. We're just going to let it rip. Here, let me not have this module here, and then let's just do it this way. So what it's going to do is it's going to make a request to this gatekept API that will give us a response that like tells us, that fetches every single result from the web and the contents in it. And then it's going to create, and then we're going to push all of that into Anthropic, into Claude, and tell it to give us like a solution, right? We're creating solutions here. So let's give this a run. Hopefully, nope, gonna need to, actually, wait a minute. This actually won't, I'm not gonna do the Claude thing yet. We're just gonna get the results. Sweet. Okay. So as you can see here, now Canon Pixma 3 is like not real. I mean, there are other Canon Pixmas, so like this, not a perfect example, but as you can see, from the results of this API call, we get a bunch of stuff. In particular, what we care about here is this article, which is by Brother Printer Support, before providing the solution to whatever. They're giving you a bunch of text here, right? So Canon Pixma TR8620, and all this other stuff. Resetting the printer will solve most issues with the printer. All we really have to do is aggregate all of these text results, because every single one of these, sorry, this is maybe, I might be going too fast. Let me slow down. These are the top 5 results. If you search, here are 3 common issues with the Canon Pixma printer, or just common issues with Canon Pixma printers. These are the top 5 web search results. What we're doing is we're going to take the text inside each of those results. We're going to mash them all together, and we're going to put them into Claude to be like, give us a solution. So I'm going to do this manually because Make sucks with aggregating like long bits of text, and I think that's just not worth our time. So create a list of solutions with the following text, right? So we're going to drop in article number 1. We're going to, that's not amazing. Article number 2. Article number 3. That's just, there's nothing in there. And then article number 4. Ooh, this is huge. Okay. So now we have 4 articles worth of content in ChatGPT, and we know what we want. Make solutions. Okay, we're gonna just let it rip and see what it tells us. Boom, there. Solutions for Canon, not printing. Check your ink cartridges, verify, yada, yada, yada. I'm not even gonna say this out loud. Honestly, don't even read this. But you see my point? Like, the solutions are there. So we know that if we do the web search, we can get the content necessary to generate solutions, which we then all pass back into this prompt that prints out like a landing page layout, which we then push to Notion. Okay. We only have like 20 minutes left, so it's not, I did not time manage very well, I will say. So I'm not going to build this out. I'm gonna try and get to number 2 and try to do this very quickly. So concept, an AI mentor that helps users navigate their career paths by analyzing industry trends, skill requirements, personal interests, suggest courses, networking. You know the gist. All right. Same deal. So how do we break this down? So what we need to know is context about our user. So that probably looks like last job, right? Current country, interested industry. I guess industry they're interested in. Current education. Right, work history. Skills. Yep. So we need to know stuff about our user. And it would suggest courses, networking opportunities, even potential job openings or entrepreneurial paths based on a user's long-term goals. And then, yeah, okay. So my thought process here is like, if it's me looking for career mentorship, the first thing I would do before I even get mentorship is do a lot of Google searches, right? If I'm trying to be a software engineer, I'm thinking about like, what do people who hire for software engineering like look for in terms of like work history, skills, amounts of education. I'm doing some Google searches. So I think one of the features that our AI-driven career mentor, and I'm jumping the gun here with this defining all of our inputs, is what do we want it to do? So we want the features for this application to be able to give personalized recs, suggest courses, find networking ops, find job openings. I'm going to do my best to try to get to all of them, but I got 15 minutes. So yeah, just let me cook here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this context and let's just first focus on give personalized recs based on our context. Sorry. We're going to pass this to an LLM. Actually, sorry, we're not going to pass it to an LLM yet. We're going to pass it to our web search. Oh, okay. We're going to pass it to our web search, and our web search is basically going to say something along the lines of like, what types of skills are necessary for, and then I'm going to use these curly braces to symbolize like a dynamic variable, so something our user puts in. So user defined.job. So they would say like, oh, I'm trying to become a plumber. It's like, all right, what types of skills are necessary for plumbing, for plumbers? That's one web search. We would get, you know, as we saw before, the top 5 results. We would put them all into an LLM and we would say, okay, here, like list the skills. So we would have that. And then we would say, like, you know, what education levels are necessary for user-defined job, UDJ. It's just literally this, but I'm too lazy to write it out. You get the gist. Right, we would conduct a number of web searches here that essentially answers a lot of the questions about, like, their requirements. Where are they right now versus where they want to be, and like what is that gap between their skill level currently and their future skill level that they need to like land the job, right? That's like what we're attempting to do with the web search. So we pass all that information over to the LLM, and then that LLM will like tell you like, whoops, we are encroaching on the other one. So it'll say like, here's your current skill level, and this will just repeat what user has said, and then here's where you need to be, and this is what the LLM will generate. Not to derail, but there's a missing step for determining the job goal. The scenario is asking for suggestions on where they could go, not that the user necessarily knows what they could do next. Ah, I see. Okay, that's fine too. We could also say like, if we're nixing this, I don't know how to, okay, I'll just delete it. If we're nixing that, well, then we can say what types of jobs are great for people with these skills, right? And then it would just be like user-defined skills, because we would know what skills they have and maybe what their previous work history was. So we would say like what types of jobs are good, and then we would get results, and then we would put them in an LLM, and an LLM would list it out, and that would just be like, you know, that would be a result. And like, if you're building a product around this, just like send it to them as an email. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. You don't need to spin up a website. Just like, hey, sign up for my newsletter, get personalized recs on where you should go in life, which is honestly an insane thing to even think about, because you're literally just like, you're basically saying, LLM, take the wheel. But like, that could be a cool product. You got to hit them with like that Kanye meme that's like, I don't know though, you know what I mean? Just so you don't like accidentally ruin their lives. But that's how you could do job recommendations for people who don't yet know what they want to be doing, or don't even know what they're happy or good at doing. Okay, potential job openings for entrepreneurial paths. So job openings is interesting because it all sort of follows the same model. It's basically just like, I'm just going to literally copy this and paste this right here. So I'm going to call this, what should I do with my life?
right? That's like, this is the question we're answering. Jesus, can you just not? Okay. And then down here, we're answering what job openings are there for the job I want? And it's more or less the same. Now, I think for job openings, this one gets a little trickier just because I'm sure if I go on Google and I search like job openings from, actually, hold on, let's use the gatekept tool. This would be an interesting thing. So like if I said job openings for plumbers in California, I'm so curious. Like, what do I get? All right. We got 4 results. We have jobeyesite.com. And oh, we actually do get a straight up listing, but we only get one, which is plumbing technician in San Fernando Valley. And there's stuff in here. So, okay. Oh my God. This actually is returning job listings. That's insane. Yeah, these are straight up job listings. Awesome. That's so sick. Yeah, so basically you just do that with the tool, the gatekept tool that you have to subscribe to our TimeWrench membership to get. Skool.com/TimeWrench. You would just get that. You would take all of that and you would say, hey, LLM, can you list all of the job openings and the URLs associated. And then they would just do that. I'm not going to write that out. You kind of get the idea. We're using LLMs to like extract information from a large corpus of text. That's what we're doing. Okay, so that's finding jobs. I wish I had more time to build this out. I want to take these last 10 minutes to really talk about, like, I'm truly going to just shill right now. So if that's not your thing, click off. I won't even hold it against you. But basically, TimeWrench. So TimeWrench is a project we've been working on for the last few months. It's honestly, like, I think so much value for what it actually is. Basically, what you get is, aside from the community of 150 members, you also get access to the TimeRench Automations library. This is a new one I'm working on. And basically, it's just 20 different automations that does something. So in this case, we have a lead scraping robot, which takes a website, finds leads using an LLM, and then sends it to your email. And I have like a video demo of like how you set it up. It's like literally 2 minutes long, so it's not like this super difficult thing. Can I drop the link? Yes, I can drop the link. Jordan, are you in here? Can you drop the link for him? I'm busy demoing the thing. Additionally, we have like other stuff, sales calls, assistant robots that like read from your CRMs. And basically, anytime someone books a call with you, it'll like look for that person in your CRM, and it will create a little summary for you to review before your call, right? So like, there's all sorts of stuff in here. We have like invoice collections, we have expenses tracking. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but basically, it's all plug and play automations. You just literally go down here, you download the blueprint, you go to make.com, you go right here, you import the blueprint. And then you like do a little setup and you turn it on, and then it just works. I've been working on it for a long time. If that's something you want to like get access to, that's a thing. Okay, looks like Jordan is not in here. That's literally fine. I think, where is it? I think it's like you probably need a robot /TimeWrench. Ooh, Jordan did not publish the site. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a better link. I'm going to literally have to do this live. How embarrassing. So right here in our staging app, there it is in our staging app. Yeah, it's because I don't have permissions to publish it. But basically what we're doing, we're experimenting. We're going to do social-based pricing. So the way it works is that we have 30 units, 30 subscriptions at this price. Here, sorry, it's so tiny. We have 30 subscriptions at 27 a month. Then after 30 units get sold, we're doing 30. Then it's going up to 37 a month. And then after 40 units get sold of the 37 a month, we're going to 47, and that's staying there forever. So if you're early, this is something you want access to, check out the link. Literally, just if you get in now, it'll be the cheapest it'll ever be. We're doing more of these workshops every single week. As I sort of create new automations, we're publishing that to the time-rich library, which you will always have access to. And they're really easy to set up. It's literally one click, and then you're there. All right? It's working. It's doing. You're getting your time back. Oh, and then actually, probably one thing I should mention. Right after this stream, literally in 5 minutes, I have to do another stream for this group. I am showing them how to do, or how we're going to use this Twitter scraper. So I've been developing this for the last few days. Basically, the way it works is you submit a username in here, and then it scrapes that user's following. So who do they follow? And it scrapes their followers. Who follows them? And if you're anything like me, you can make good use of this. For example, like these are all the followings, I believe, of QTNX. He's like a cracked developer on Twitter. And what's cool about this is like now that I have all the people that he follows, I can just like go to their account. Cool, this is AK. He does AI research paper tweets, and he's working as a machine learning eng at Gradio, which got acquired by Hugging Face. Dope. If I wanted to like talk to him, I can just hit this button right here. See, send DM. And boom, I'm in a DM with him. Whoops. Does this not work anymore? Oh, maybe his DMs may not be open. Let's try someone else. All right, well, maybe that feature needs some work. But you get the gist. You can automatically just fetch people from it. And I'm going to be showing time-rich subscribers how to do this in like literally 3 minutes. So yeah, okay. Closing statements. I don't really have any. I feel like I riffed, and I've just been cooking live in the kitchen. I hope this was valuable. One's in the chat if this was valuable, if it like taught you something about how to, what's the word? Like how to think about how to use LLMs, how to consecutively like structure your LLM calls so that you can get what you want, and then also like how to put that all together to make this like bigger thing. That's what I'm hoping to teach viewers like you. Nice, one's in the chat. Love to see it. Cool. All right. Thanks for coming, Raj. Really appreciate you guys all being here. This is really fun, honestly. This is what I would be doing on any other given day. I love building live. It's always fun with an audience to get feedback. Need to get to the open the wallet statement. Yeah. Getting to that is key. Get to the bag. And use LLMs along the way. All right, on that note, I think I'm going to take off. Time-rich viewers, I'm about to drop the link to the live stream right now. And I shall see you in that live stream shortly. See you later.